it's me, Countess, and I am back today with another tarot reading for everybody. And this card reading is care of my beautiful friend Kat at the Supernatural Beatles channel. We were talking about uh, this recent news of, director Sam Mendes and how he's going to be directing 4 separate biopics, each movie sort of a POV of each member of the band and their experiences going through, Beatlemania and all the trials and tribulations that they went through, which we all realize, at least I hope so, that these movies are being made to perpetuate the lie, perpetuate the myth, to leave out all of the really awful, horrible stuff and highlight all of the great, beautiful things that these men want you to believe encompassed their lives, But that's one thing, again, it falls back into the whole cult of celebrity, right? They are human beings just like you and me, of course. And that's something that people tend to objectify them and tend to not realize. And that is why it's so easy for celebrities to be put up on these pedestals and worshipped, because people just think that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, when no, they're just like you and me. They all have their faults. And, I think in the retelling of this myth of the Beatles, a lot of those flaws and or scandals or just issues get glossed over a lot, from John Lennon's everyday LSD use to George's philandering. These are things that people don't openly talk about when they're discussing the Beatles, and yeah, which I totally get to. Like, why would you want the entire world literally knowing your dirty laundry? I get that, but when you are a public figure, you have to expect that, some of that stuff's gonna creep up to the surface every now and then, and obviously it has in the preceding years after the breakup. But, Kat was just curious, mainly because, she's going through all of the Beatles movies, right? And kind of decoding them and highlighting symbolism and all of that stuff, And if they're going to be adding 4 new biopic films, it's like, no, she's going to be locked in for like the next 5 years of her life to, doing this stuff. And I don't know, that's totally a joke, but she, in essence, she just wants to know, how long are they going to keep up this, pushing this lie out into the world, Would it be like a Vivaldi case where, the Beatles kind of go away for a long time and then sort of have a resurgence and a new generation of people to appreciate their geniuses? Or is this just going to keep going, after these 4 biopics? What else is going to come? That's kind of what we want to know. And so I told her I would gladly sit down at the table today and just see what the cards have to say about it, because it is quite interesting. It's quite infuriating too, because with, movies like this, with, like the Get Back series on Disney Plus, all of these things just make the truth become buried. There's layer upon layer upon layer of bullshit buried on top of the truth. And it just convolutes everything, and it makes people like us who just want the truth and want to know what actually happened, makes us seem like we're kind of like something's wrong with us because, we're not buying it. Just like a famous man once said, all I want is the truth. Just give me some truth. And that is what we're going to try to find today in the cards, my friends. So I have my beautiful pulp tarot deck. It's nice and cleaned out, ready to go, brand new. And so if you guys are interested in seeing what the cards have to say about this topic, I will see you guys on the other side, as always. Bye. All right. Welcome back to the table, everybody. Old friends and new, let's get this party started. And as always, please have patience with me, guys, with shuffling. I just want to make sure that I draw the cards when I'm ready to, But yeah, we just want to know, how much longer is this charade going to be continuing? We're going to have to look out for some cards that either indicate continuity or indicate change. Cards that would indicate something is not going to be stopping would be any tens in reverse. But then, of course, if there is going to be a change in the pattern or a respite period, we could look for, the Tower, Wheel of Fortune. We could look for Death. These are cards that can indicate if something new is on the horizon, or if it's just going to be the same old song and dance. So let's see what the cards have to say. How much longer are we going to have to endure the farce that is the Beatles myth? I personally don't think that we're going to see a stop in it. It's far too profitable of a business to just let go away, and they want to keep the idol worship alive. They want people to see the Beatles as gods, and have people led astray by following them still to this day. Not even, back in the 60s, it's happening to this day. So let's see. Just about done here. All right. So what can we expect with this? After these 4 movies, is that it? Or are we in for more bullshit? Let's check it out. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles to start. Oh, there you go, right there. 10 of Swords reversed. The 4 of Cups reversed. The Fool reversed, guys. Hello, Billy. Oh, wow. Wow. He just had to show up, didn't he? Very interesting first row that we get. Okay. Wow. Never ceases to amaze me. Oh, look, the Hierophant. The Page of Cups. The Queen of Wands. And the Page of Wands. Well, my friends, straight up, this tells us flat out, no, this is going to keep going on for a long time. At the naivety of the general population. Oh my goodness. So the 8 of Pentacles represents a workaholic, somebody who is just working, trying to perfect whatever job it is that they're working on, overlooking quality of life, overlooking, what's in front of him. He's concentrated on making that money. Ten of Swords in reverse, guys. Okay, this right here is what tells me straight up that this Beatles worship and Paulism is going to keep continuing. The Ten of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Swords in general is a horrible card that represents, deception, backstabbing, you're being, stabbed at every angle, and normally the 10 upright would indicate that that is going to be coming to an end for you to begin a new cycle. The Ten of Swords in reverse is showing a ongoing situation of backstabbing, of deceit, of lies, basically. All to make that money honey. And I think too, the Four of Cups in reverse next to the Fool in reverse, this is showing, that people are in la la land. People are totally naive to the truth, and so they're going to capitalize on that naivete. That's straight up what these two cards are telling me. This could even mean that Billy is behind a lot of this wanting to perpetuate the myth. Just like the memoirs tells us, he works equally as hard to keep the truth covered up as he does to reveal the truth. So, and then the Hierophant under the Eight of Pentacles, this is being ordered by an institution. Could be Tavistock. That is the first institution that comes to my mind when I saw this, especially under the Eight of Pentacles. They're going to milk this cow dry, basically. All at the order of Le Hierophante. Page of Cups is showing, again, the sort of, I would say even sort of like a nostalgia sort of vibe, This is the onset of emotional connection with the page, but paired with the Ten of Swords in reverse, it is an emotional sort of longing and desire or connection that's based off of backstabbing and deceit. Queen of Wands. This is all about, executing the creative power, about, these ideas that are never ending. She is executing them, especially with the Page of Wands next to her. It is all about pushing out that false narrative. She has control of it all. And that could tie into the Fool being in reverse, Billy. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's even a connection to make, but Four of Swords in reverse is showing being aware of your surroundings, but not really caring. It is showing a sort of coming out of depression, spurred on by this woman or this archetype who is just a fireball, literally. The Page of Wands, again, is executing this sort of creativity or bringing this opportunity to the table at the detriment of the people. that is what I see here, guys. So this situation is going to be ongoing. They are not going to slow down the parade anytime soon. And it might even get worse as the Beatles pass on, the remaining Beatles. Oh boy, okay. Oh, interesting. We got the Empress upright and the Emperor reversed with the Eight of Cups in it. Wow, okay, that's very interesting actually, because the Empress, I wonder. Okay, we have Justice, so that's a laugh. The World in reverse. Then the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay, so this row, so the Empress represents basically abundance. You know, she represents the archetypal mother figure. She represents like just abundance and fertility, and just she is the embodiment of femininity, basically. Very interesting. Why, and I'm not sure if she is somebody, like, I know in the past when the Empress has been in reverse, we have maybe likened her to Yoko Ono, but she's upright now. So if she does represent a woman in the mix, I'm not sure who it could be. Maybe Olivia Harrison? I don't know. I think maybe that's jumping the gun. These are very interesting because the Eight of Cups is like you're turning your back on emotions. You're turning your back on the abundance and beauty and love of the Empress. And the Emperor represents just someone who is unhinged, a tyrant. This represents just like drama and ego, you know, egotism at its worst. So, I mean, and that could be very well hand in hand with the lie that has been perpetuated, working so hard to perpetuate this deceit that it has sort of made the Emperor cocky about it. I don't know, and I'm not sure if he is to represent a man as well. You know, we have the Hierophant, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Fool, and we have the Queen of Wands. So we have two women and basically two men on the board. The Fool can go either way, woman or man. Yeah, just very interesting cards, very interesting. And so we get down to Justice card number 11, you know, Justice in tow with the Empress. Oh, I don't get that. Justice is what it stands for. You're getting what you deserve in the cycle of karma, right? The Wheel of Fortune, which is the card before Justice, represents the completion and success of the Fool's journey thus far. 11 is basically showing the scales of karma. So when it's upright, it's showing that there is a sort of fairness involved, a fairness spawned on by the Empress. That's interesting because the World in reverse, this is, again, the World is the very, very final card of the major arcana. And when it's upright, it's showing that the Fool has completed his journey, right? And that's it. In reverse, however, this is in tow with the Ten of Swords in reverse. It's showing that this cycle is going to begin again, at his detriment. You know, he hasn't learned a damn thing on his journey. So I find it very interesting. We get the very first card in the major arcana in reverse and the very last card in reverse. This again is signaling that this is going to keep continuing. You know, they don't really have to do much to stand their ground either with this myth. It is, you know, when the Nine of Wands is upright, you're just like, you're standing your ground, you're resisting the tyranny that the Emperor in reverse is giving. But this is in reverse, so you're not resisting, you're allowing it to happen. You're allowing this to perpetuate, to keep rolling, to keep going. So yeah, Cat, this isn't going to be ending anytime soon. They're going to keep on milking it for all it's worth, and it is by the orders of an institution of sorts. So let's draw the final cup. Okay, Seven of Cups reverse. Oh, and then the Three of Pentacles. It's all in the plan. All of these illusions that they are putting out there is part of the plan. Ooh, the Star. Very interesting. Then the Two of Swords reversed. Okay, so like I said, this represents in reverse, this represents someone who is totally delusional, somebody who has the wrong end of the stick, who doesn't know what they're looking at, basically. It's a mirage. And the Three of Pentacles is showing the planned aspect of this mirage. You know, and that ties back into the Hierophant. This is the plan. You know, and everything's going according to plan to shine the Beatles' star. The star is under this illusion, this mirage, like I said. That is where the money is. That is where their star shines brightest. You know, if they were to reveal, you know, the truth, there would be no success in the Beatles story. Not as much success as there is now. And that is basically what this is telling me, is that this deception has caused their star to rise. Also, the Star, this is the card, the Aquarian card. And like I've said in a past video, in Crowley's deck, the Star card is represented by the goddess Nuit, who is the Aquarian who brings in this age of Aquarius. So that's very fitting too, because the Beatles myth and the Beatles were used as a psyop by this institution to sort of bring in, or bring a close to the age of Pisces. That's what the memoir says. They weren't there to bring in this age of Horus. They were there to close out the age of Pisces. And, you know, again, the Two of Swords in reverse is like not being able to see the forest for the trees. So that makes your decision impossible almost. You know, and that could go into the Three of Pentacles with the planning. You know, it's impossible to show both sides of this story. So only one side is being pushed out, and that is the side of the illusion, the mirage, the farce, the myth. All right, guys, final card on the spread, Knight of Cups. This is all about tugging on people's heartstrings. The Knight of Cups is Mr. Romeo. You know, this could be, he's the Romeo of the deck, basically. And since we're ending on him, this shows me we began with the sort of workaholic card. And all of that work, all of that planning has been a success and has allowed the Beatles' star to shine as a result of playing on people's naivete and their heartstrings. So it's going to keep continuing. This is not going to quit anytime soon. So we can expect more and more Beatles propaganda, Beatles stuff coming to the forefront that is being ordered by the institution that began it all. So that is my conclusion, and yeah, that's what the cards say to me. Again, if any of you guys have any input to add to these cards, if you saw something I didn't or made a connection that I didn't, please drop it in the comments. Let me know, because I always like to see what you guys see too. So that is it, my friends. That is it for this tarot reading. The Beatles propaganda train is not coming to a stop anytime soon. It's going to keep on keeping on, and we can just expect more bullshit to be coming down the pipeline in the future. So that is it. That's all I have. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video, guys. Until then, take care. Bye, guys.
But though they may be parted, there is still a chance, Bill, that they will see